Wait, stop. Don't hit that backspace button. This isn't Masterpiece Theater, and I'm obviously not Alistair Cook. My name is Brett Campbell, and what you're about to see is a brief excerpt from one of the presentations that I give. It will provide you with a glimpse into my presentation style and how I engage my audience. It's Christmas time, and you are exchanging gifts, and someone has given you a gift, and you are very excited about this. You look at the wrapping and you think how nice it is, but really you can't wait to get inside, to see what's inside this box. And so with great zeal, you tear off the top, and when you open that box, all that excitement that you experience just immediately dissipates because you see what's inside the box. What's inside is this. Oh, underwear. Again. Not what you were expecting. Maybe what you need, but not that interesting. How many times have you and I been excited and eager to attend a workshop or a breakout session only to have that excitement just exit the room the minute the presenter got up and began to speak? Why is that? Why does that happen? Let me ask you, when you've been in this kind of situation, what did the presenter do or not do that caused you to disengage? Just go ahead and call it out. Just different things from the audience. Okay? So they lectured. That's right. Okay, they lectured just like being back in college again, right? What else? They mumbled. Okay, so not really enthusiastic, just kind of, okay. Yeah, I can see how that would kind of put you to sleep. Just plain old boring, right? Great content, but the presenter doesn't seem very excited about it. Yeah, these are all the kinds of things that would just make us immediately check out and probably start answering our emails. Now, let me ask you this. How many times has that presenter been you? How many times has it been me? Well, what we're going to do today in our time together is we're going to attempt to take that number of times it's been us down to zero, so that from this time forward, when we present, when we train, we're making a greater impact on our learners. Because impactful presentations begin by engaging the learners, and they end by leaving the learners with a challenge. They begin right from the start by engaging. We think of engaging like gears working together. And when those gears get going, there's a synergy and a power that begins to develop. When we get to the end, we don't just stop talking. We leave them with a challenge, because a challenge requires a response. So what do we want to do in our opening? What are we trying to accomplish in the opening of our presentation? Well, of course, we're in the most simple form, we're attempting to answer that question that all of our learners are asking. At least they're thinking in their mind, why should I keep listening to you? Right? But if we unpack that in terms of what we're trying to do, we're really trying to gain and to give in our opening. We want to gain. Number one, we want to gain their attention. Learners come in, their minds are all kinds of places. They've got all kinds of things that they're thinking about and contemplating. We're trying to gain their attention up here with what we have to share. We're trying to gain rapport, right? That when we're interacting for that brief period of time that we're together, there's a relationship that develops. It's like we're going to take a journey together. It might be a short journey, but we're going to do it together. And where there's rapport, there's receptiveness. And then finally, we're trying to gain trust. We want to demonstrate that we are competent and confident in the material that we're presenting. Now that trust is going to be negotiated over the entire presentation, but it begins right at your opening. That's what we're wanting to gain. But we also want to give something. It's learning and development. What's that all about? It's about change. It's about growth. And so what we're giving our learners is tools for change. We want to equip them to change. And if we're going to equip them to change, then we ourselves, we have to give ourselves to them. We ourselves need to be convinced of the material. We need to be enthusiastic about the material. We need to believe ourselves that this is the right answer to this particular problem. And as we're convinced and we can convey that, we'll have a far better chance of convincing them. We want to give ourselves in the training process. So, how do we prepare for our opening? There are two no's. The first no is this: you have to know your audience. Now, I don't mean simply know who's in front of you. Okay, these are the people from Michelin Tire Company. These are the people from Blue Cross Blue Shield. No, when I say know your audience, what I mean is you need to know who are these people in front of me. Are they mid-level managers? Are they new hires? Are they all from the same department, or are they from different departments? Is this a group of high potential leaders, or is this remedial training for somebody? Did the company just come from a serious layoff, or was it a banner year for them? All of those kinds of pieces of information are going to help you to formulate an opening that's relevant to this specific audience. That will connect with them. That's one thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is you need to know your point. Notice that I didn't say you need to know your content. I'm sure you're going to know your content. In many cases, you probably wrote the content. So you know it backwards and forward. And if you could, you'd present all of it to the group. But we're typically under time constraints. We have 50, maybe 60 minutes. And so we have to boil it down to the most important and essential items. And ultimately, we have to boil it down to the essential item. What is the point of this particular talk? And you ought to be able to say that in one sentence. When you can do that, when you can get it to one point, that point that'll drive through your entire presentation, you'll connect with your audience. So we're going to get to practice that right now. We're in tables of 8, I believe. In just a moment, one of you from each table is going to come up front. And you're going to draw one card from this card deck. Now, on this card is the name of a fictitious company. Also there is the audience. So we'll just say it's Joe's Auto Parts is the company, and the audience is customer service reps, and the topic, this is the topic that you're going to train on, is how to de-escalate hostile situations with customers. Okay? So you're going to grab one of these cards. You're going to go back to your table, and you'll have 5 minutes at your table to prepare an engaging and compelling opening. And then one of you are going to come back up front here, and you'll have 3 minutes to present that to all of us. What you've just seen is a small portion of what I do in presentations. My name is Brett Campbell, and I hope to see you at your next event.